Okay guys, this is my first video. I'm by no means certified in any way. If anything, I'd say I'm redneck certified. But I see a lot of videos covering Isuzu rodeos and all that, but I hardly ever see any covering a Honda Passport, and mine is a 1999. So whenever I'm looking up videos how to do something, I can never find the specific year and model, but the Isuzu Rodeo is the exact same. So today I'm replacing the washer pump, which I didn't know existed until I started looking up videos on why my washer fluid wouldn't come up through the hose and go onto the windshield. So I started looking around, and after not being able to find a video covering how to do it with a Isuzu Rodeo, or a Honda Passport, my bad, I just had to get into it, and it's kind of the same as the Isuzu Rodeo. I think there's a video out there. But yeah, so I kind of got the general idea of how to do this from that. But this is just a V6 1999 Honda Passport again. So the first thing I had to do was take the coolant box out. It just sits in there. There's one bolt there, and one, if this will focus, one back there. I know it's hard to see. Once you take that out, let me see if I can find the size. I think it was a 3/8. Yeah, it was 3/8. Once you take those out, well, actually, I removed the battery, this holder here. I kind of got that out of the way because it was holding this back down. So once you get that just loosened up and out of the way, you can get this out, just wedge it out, kind of easy. But the whole thing should come out fine. And I just put my hose, just kind of lay it over here. Like I said, I'm not professional anyway, but I do what just gets the job done. So I pulled this sensor. This is the top one. There's another one down here. That's the bottom one. I don't think I had to pull that. But what I just did was, you go under here, and you're gonna have to take this cover off around here. Now, I didn't take the whole thing off just because that's gonna be a lot, and I don't usually do projects that are gonna involve all this. So what I did was I took a couple bolts out here. There's one down there. If you can get it, that'd probably make life easier for you, but I couldn't. So I just took a couple off here just to give me enough room to get up in here. So once you're in here, I already took it out, but that's gonna sit right about where that hose is. The pump is gonna sit there, plugged into there. And I already took it out and drained it, and so that's that. And this was my pump. It sat in there like this, so if you put it back in, it kind of looked like that with the hose coming out the right side there. Looks pretty bad. That's probably why I'm not getting any juice to come through there. Yeah, it looks really bad. But yeah, that's kind of the general. I don't think it's too hard to get to. I've done worse projects. But yeah, so we're gonna get the new one and see if that fixes the problem. Hi, Duck. Okay, so I went to AutoZone and got my new pump. I'm gonna have to end up splicing these or doing some electrical, which I don't usually like doing, but when you have to do it, you have to do it. There's nothing to bypass that. So with this, they give you these Scotch locks. I've never used them before, so I had to look up how to use them. Apparently, if I can get this to work, you'll put the old wire that was originally in the old pump through the bigger hole there, and then you'll put the new one, which will be one of these. You'll put that through the small one, and then you'll take pliers and you'll push down on this metal piece, and that's supposed to lock those two wires together. And then when you're done, this snaps all the way over and then locks into place, making it nice and neat. So like I said, I've never used this before, so we'll see how it goes. But I'll show you guys kind of how I do it. Okay, I made a bit of a mistake. The first one that I took out ended up being the back windshield washer pump. I totally forgot about that, and so it ended up being this one, which they both don't work. I mean, it's just time to change both of them anyway while I'm in there. So the right one, which would be to the front windshield wipers, is going to be right up there where that black gasket is, kind of at the bottom there. Basically what I did, how I figured that out was I just traced the wire all the way back, and then it ended up going to that front one. So I'll end up working with, or clamping those onto this instead of this one, and I'll get to that one another day. So that's just the mistake I made. Okay, so I got my new pump in place. It was kind of a bastard to get in. I just used a flathead screwdriver, and I came in from the top here and put pressure on the top while I had my fingers on the bottom, pushing in the bottom at the same time. I don't know if it's supposed to be hard, but for me it was. So now I kind of started the electrical here. This is supposed to be on the new one. The blue and yellow is the negative. So with these clips here, you put the black on the original through the big hole on both sides, and you put the new one through the side that has the pinched top. Let me see if I can get a better angle on that. It's kind of pinched there, you can see. And then I already took my pliers and pushed down this metal piece, so they're all locked into place. And now I'm just gonna wrap this around. And it's supposed to clip into place here if I can move that other wire out of the way. Okay, snapped it in place. It's a nice, neat connection. Actually, I don't think that snapped into place very good. Let's see if there's something we can do there. Okay, so I tried, but I think that's just how it's meant to go. It's going to go over that first lip there. I tried to get it over the second one, but I just can't get it to go, so that's just how it's going to be. And it feels secure in there, so I don't think it'll jerk loose. Just kind of for how it looks, preferences, I'd like it to go over the second one, but it is what it is. So now we'll do the same thing with the positive wire, which is this blue one on the original, and I'll get that done. Okay, so I got them both hooked up. That's what it looks like in the end there. Kind of sketchy, and I mean, it's cheap plastic, so I don't even know if this will work for very long. It should work temporarily, and if it comes loose again, I'll just have to come up with a more permanent solution. But for now, I'll probably just zip tie these to the side of something to keep them tight, keep them from jerking around too much. But yeah, so let's try it. Okay, so I couldn't get it to work, and I went back, looked at my connections, took them out, and I realized when I put the pliers down, the metal piece is supposed to go down into them on these. It didn't fully splice into them all the way. There was still some plastic, and it wasn't fully getting the metal, so I went back and jammed them down even harder and plugged them back in, and it worked. So there's a little just tidbit when you're messing with these, I guess. Like I said, this is the first time I've used them, so I'm learning as I go. Okay, now I'm gonna get in and test it, roll this back, and it works. Now this side doesn't work because the line going across there, it's broke, so I'm gonna have to get a new kit for that, which is on Amazon. I already know what to buy. So as soon as I get that, driver's side should work and everything should be in order. So like I said, this is just my first time doing this kind of stuff. I see a bunch of Isuzu videos and I don't really see many passports. The older passports, I guess. I see the new ones all the time, but that really doesn't do me much good. So thanks for watching, and if you guys have any questions, comments, or anything I can make better or do better, just let me know. And thank you. Peace.